What's up? Dilio coming to you live. In this video, I'm going to go through a walkthrough on how to get your preset designed for top boxing with the microkorg 2. This is for the Korg microkorg 2. This is the walkthrough. I'm going to walk you through step by step. And the reason I'm doing this is because there isn't really a library software out there for me to just sing the preset easily right now at this current time. I hope they fix that in the future. But at this current time, I don't really know a way to send you that preset. So I'm going to walk you through step by step so that you can get your unit top boxing. And not only that you can save the preset, recall it, whatever you need. So I'm going to fade over to the top view and we're going to talk about what we have here. Now, the first thing you want to do is make sure you initialize your presets. And where's my tube at? There's the tube. And you won't be able to see me, but you can hear me. So we have a polyphonic thing going on. So what we want to do first is go to this knob right here, change that to mono, or mono right there. Legato mono. All right, so we got mono there. We still haven't really got this thing banging yet, but we're going to get to that. And also, we want to make sure that we have a little bit of power mental working too as well, but we'll find that. All right, part of idle time too right here. Give you a little bit of slide. Thankfully, the modulation wheel is already modulated or patched to the modulation. So pitch bend is already at a natural place. So we got the mixer. The oscillator one is already turned up. Make sure that's already turned up. And we see that oscillator's on sawtooth. We don't want to change that. That's a good place to start. Your filter, I want to keep it all the way open. I want all my frequencies to come through so that my mouth can shape the words. Amplitude, we could go sustain. We don't really need any decay. Filter, we don't really want anything happening here. Let's go to global and transpose. We don't want to be transposed. Let's go to control. Nothing really much I want to do here in this block, but now we got to go to the EQ. This is where the sauce kind of happens right here. So now, let's do that boost. This is what gives you that power. But we don't hear anything yet because we haven't turned it on. So we got to hold down the on button. When that light is on, not this button, but when this light is on, now we got EQ power. I'm going to take it back so you can hear the difference. I kind of turn it up to scoop up more. Now we're going to do it on the high gain a little bit. Now we got some power there. Now the higher ranges, you got a little bit more there too. And what this does is it really boosts everything. And you're just forcing that wave through that top box like this. Now this knob right here is where things get interesting because depending on where you play in the scale, you'll get a different result, and I'll demonstrate. But if I turn that feedback down, if I turn it right in the middle there, Let's go down. Let's hit the octave button and go down the lower ones. More bounce, more bounce, much more bounce, much more bounce. Hear that? So now, if I turn that feedback, watch it start biting. More bounce. Hear that? More bounce, and much more bounce, much more bounce. If I turn it all the way. Smooth. So you got to really work with your feedback too as well to freak it. I mean, that's the best way I could put it, just to freak that thing on synthesizer so it start doing freaky things with that top box. I don't have any better words to use for that, but this is what kind of gives you that sauce and that flavor. And let's go a step further. Now you got the sound. Let's go ahead and put this setting as one of the default settings for the preset. So in order to do that, I'm going to go home with that button right there. Home takes you home, and now we're back home. Okay, but now I want to change this knob because in home view, you have these set up as, for lack of a better way of describing them, a macro, right? As we understand macros, it's like saying, I want this one knob to turn these 4 knobs at the same time for me. Macro, right? Turn this one knob, and I want you to turn it. So in this case, we're going to set up one knob to affect that feedback on the EQ block right there, right? So now, if we go to assign, which is right here, if I remember it, 3 doors down, make sure you're seeing assign there. Now, each knob represents the selection of where you're going to tell that knob to be. So in this case, I want it to go on the EQ feedback. So EQ feedback right there, okay? So now, if I go home again, this knob is now set to feedback because this is what we want to kind of freak out that synthesizer note. So if I go back to home, we're feedbacking now. Oh, that don't bite. There we go. Right? Now, we've done all this work on the keyboard. We've done all this work. We want to be able to pull this preset up in the instant at a gig or at the studio session. We don't want to have to go through this again because everybody's all high. They're like, oh man, we about to hear some talkbox. Everybody's all excited, right? And you want to dive right into it. So you can do that. You can do that. So in order to just save it, just hit right. And then you go and name it. I advise you to name it Magic Box. Let me just go through that process right now. M. And you can select your letters right there. If I got this right. M, and you got your cursor. And you can select your words like this. M-A-J-Y-B. Oops, go back a set. B-O X. And you could delete all the other ones right there. You can select your color. Official color of Magic Box is green. And then now you hit execute. And now preset 8 on your user bank is now Magic Box. Now I already did this on preset 7, but this is preset 8. And so now you can go through all your presets. You can go through all your presets, but you do know you have to go to that bank, go to user, and I know you can't see it right now, but you should be able to follow along, I think. Hit preset 8. And now you're back in business. And that's the preset walkthrough of getting this thing to work for Top. I think it's a great talkbox synthesizer. I'm very impressed with it. I'm excited to have it in the lab and to keep it in the lab because I don't like to take it out the lab and put it back in the lab. It's just a weird thing. Like if it's here, I need to be here. So when I'm ready to create, I can create, right? And if I want to take it out in the lab and gig with it, I got a gigging rig that's ready to go without even touching any of this stuff, right? So let me know what you think. I mean, make a video of you talkboxing, give me a shout out or something like that. I'll give you a shout out. Maybe we could do a video of people using the Magic Box preset on the microkorg too. Do like a combination. I'll feature a clip of you talking about it, and sort of kind of get a small movement of people talkboxing on the microkorg too. It's a great keyboard that builds on the foundation of the original microkorg, and it's a banger. All right, see y'all later. I'm out.